So that's time. I suppose all of the audience are not specialized to the mathematics. So I try to say everything, not using this technical term, just for public people, right? So, but in this workshop, I suppose there remains only clever teacher here, right? You are clever, right? Teacher only here, right? So I may talking about mathematics, just within high school mathematics, not specialized mathematics, just high school mathematics. But it is just for future mathematics in high school in future, right? So slightly strange, okay? So the title of my talk is Mathematics Education. Those usually mathematics, yes, we need S. And science education. So science has many branches. So usually people say sciences. For example, my faculty is Faculty of Environments and Information Sciences. But term of word to express the field of education, usually people just science education. I'm not a specialist for science education, but I'm working with many people who work in this area, right? And I will give you some experiments in that's this mathematics education and science education in future after singularity. Do you know what it is? Singularity. Singularity itself is a type of movies. Yeah, but essentially we use that the word singularity as a different, basically the same meanings, but I will explain later, right? Okay. Anyway, I introduce myself. My name is Seiya Negami. Okay, so the Seiya is given name. Negame is my family name. And is there not the people your origin to China? Is there? You know the Chinese character? You don't know? You people know that? They say yes. All right. So this part, my Seiya, has two characters. One character is just alive, living. I'm alive. I'm a living creature. And the second one is Ya. It corresponds to be. I am alive. I'm living. This is the meaning of my name, my given name. On the other hand, Negami is two parts. One part is just ne is root. You know there is a tree and there's ground. There aka steady, right? That is a root. And last one is gami is up, above. So I'm living over the tree, over the root, right? Root has another meaning, just essential things. Yes, essential thing. Essential thing in the world is mathematics. And so I am just living for mathematics. So I became the mathematician, right? Yeah, right. And I was working for more than 30 years in the Yokohama National University. I invited Benny to that university. And unfortunately, not fortunately, luckily, I already retired. And so I am not a professor, just a professor in Poland. Not professor. And also I have a degree. It's very beautiful days. I got degree in 1985. It's very long, more than 40 years ago. But I'm 60, not that. And I'm 66 years old. maybe I am oldest here. Most of the people not retired, so no. So I am the oldest. Looks like yeah, but I think which is older, me or Lenny? Many people. Right. Okay, so I'm in the morning session. Somebody introduced me. I am a pioneer of topological graph study. That is, the point is no textbook about topological graph study. I have to read because I began no textbook, no papers, right? That is very, very important. So usually students understand everything from the text by textbook. The teacher given a program, and also the teacher knows how to solve that problem. Please teach me the way to solve the problem. So student asks to the teacher, right? Adult, we are adult, knows many, many things. And our adult person, old person, force younger people to know that we know, right? That is education in this country? Maybe, yes. Of course, in Japan, yes. But I change such structure, such situation, right? Change something. Go into future. All right. So, but today in this workshop, I never talking about my specialty. Yes, this is very, very difficult theory. So I will not explain that. But I just talking about high school mathematics. But it is slightly strange, right? Okay. And so I want to get some idea for the notion, philosophy of mathematics and mathematics education. Yes, as a position of the pioneer. Okay, so every people understand. Most of the people, majority of Japanese people think mathematics is just calculation, even if the geometry exists. But usually, yes, junior high school, they learn some how to prove the theorem in geometry. But after entering the high school, they have the coordinates, XY coordinates and equations. So they get some method to calculate geometry. So after that, many people hate such situation, and to the literature side, the people hate calculation and read from the mathematics, right? And so the notion, idea of mathematics stopped that time, right? So bad calculation, mathematics was calculation just the 28th century, belong to the 28th century. There are many mathematics appeared, and after that, right? So in contrast of such situation, I made the phrase, slogan, mathematics without calculation. Today, nobody calculates yet, right? But mathematics, we can do mathematics. And this is such a character. There is, I think this is the reason why so I was working for a media, TV or movies, and manga and animation in Japan. So it's there are many works related to mathematics, and so if a usual mathematician looks like very strict, so in front of them, if some producer or assistant producer say stupid things, so such guy will scold usually AD's harsh, just women, young women, all right? so very, very mathematical teacher and very strict. And I can't pretend, I should pretend this, I'm so clever and good at mathematics. They are so anxious about it. But my character is very soft. So many people give my work for a kind of advice and making dramas, movies, and maybe so I just translated the portion of Suspect X. Have you ever heard that? That's the first movie. Maybe Fukuyama Masaharu. Maybe you know that. Young, I think young generation know that. And so I met many actors. Yes. So I studied very good position. Okay. Anyway, so I said that in 1985, I got degree in Tokyo Institute of Technology. Yes. And the title of my thesis is that. I will not explain that. So I am a pure mathematician. But as I said, I got some idea on philosophy of mathematics and also philosophy of math education. So I will explain. I try to explain these things, right? So I want to make people informed of mathematics, how mathematics is good. So I wrote a textbook. So in Japan, textbook for education, elementary school and junior high school, and also high school, controlled by government. Yes, not controlled, just checked out by government. So I wrote this one textbook for new subject, not mathematics. Mathematics utilization. How to use mathematics in a society, and how to use, just for me, not society, for you, right? And many things, right? Published in the Chinese society. And also I work in some many events for organized by government and organized by the society. And Science Scotia, yesterday I explained that this, what is this? And a student here skipping that. And this is second one, I'm studying second. Yes. So he is Japanese traditional comedian. He's standing on the floor and speaking by alone. Yes. And the third one, the black guy, he wear a tie. One of my paddling. As she is work as a science navigator. Makes sense? Navigator. Which way correct to go? That's so he teaching about mathematics, but basically he is good at the history of mathematics. So his knowledge is belong to the past. But I'm a mathematician. Yes, usually people misunderstand. A mathematician knows all of mathematics. I know very few things, just only my specialty. Yes. So, for example, it's a manual of music. Yes, and a pianist. Compare that situation. Pianist is especially to the Chopin music. Is that guy tried to get many training for a long time, just only playing Chopin. But the music mania listen to many things. Yes, that piano player only knows Chopin. But mania knows many musicians. That is the point. Which is better? So usually people want to pretend that I am a very clever guy, so I know many things. Okay. You are not just a macho. not professional. I am mathematician and a professional mathematician. So I creating a lot of, about thousands of knowledge. Nobody knows. I found, I proved. That is the existence of mathematician. Make sense? So I want to be, whether I became a mathematician, I want the student to be such resistant. Right? So Super Science High School. This is your government organizing. So my government choose 1 year 200 high school choose there are many high school and just picking up and 200 high school and government given very big money to these high school. So money changed students. Make sense? Money changed environment of high school. That environment changes the students, right? So if you hear just money change students, so usually bad things. Money changes people, right? Money changes people's mind. It's about bad things in capitalism. So it is that's meaning. So okay. Well, so I love these things. Maybe you know the Chinese character. This is mathematics, elementary mathematics and pure mathematics, and the freedom research. So I give the translation here. Free research in mathematics, competition for works. Make sense? So young children in elementary school, middle school, and high school, they do research in mathematics, but they should be free from everything. Yeah, we don't care about the program, research. It doesn't matter. The different it belong to a different field, but I don't care about that. Yes, I am. How do you say? I am working as a chief of this competition. So I most love things, most love work. You know, does the moon float in a coffee cup? This is not mathematics. Make sense? That picture shows the meaning, right? There is a coffee cup. So she is 5 years pupil, children, and elementary school. Kodarika, her name, all right? Her mother loves some song singing by the women singer. And the first phrase is just with my rapper saying just floating in a moon on coffee cup and want to say wonderful. All right, I'm just in English by word by word. It's not so romantic, but this is very romantic song. And so Rinka-chan try to do it. Actually, we can do it or not. So that is a coffee cup like that. She tried keep from the 1 meter from the ground and keep the glass coffee cup. And so maybe he checked up the data book of science, and so angle, movement of the angle like that. And this is a mirror, so we have some reflection, right? This angle and this angle equal, then we can see the moon here. Make sense? So coffee cup, we can see the moon on the surface of the coffee cup. She tried, and success. But if she stopped then, that's time, I never gave the prize, right? So that is just a science. free research of science. But unfortunately, she is in a young children, so she cannot keep the coffee cup and the same distance, same height. So coffee cup moving up and down. So the size of moon on the coffee cup change. Can you imagine? Right? So a change. So if you rise up the coffee cup, moon became smaller or bigger. Okay, raise your hand. If you think it's smaller, please rise up. Okay, on a bigger. Okay, so it's the same. Nearly same numbers.
Itu bulan itu di dalam kopi cup. Itu lebih kecil atau lebih besar?
One more time. Smaller or bigger? Smaller?
Yang kecil angkat tangan. Lebih kecil angkat tangan.
Kalau diangkat
Itu kan kembali itu bulan di dalam gelas, di dalam kopi. Jadi itu bulan lebih kecil atau lebih besar?
Yeah. Smaller or bigger? The bigger.
Siapa smaller? Siapa lebih kecil?
You're smaller? You're math teacher or science teacher? If you are a science teacher, you cannot. You should say correct answer. Sorry, battery we're getting this. Can you connect this code to the battery? Type C. Maybe this. Answer is bigger. So this country in a democratic country, so a principle majority decide everything. But yes, such principle has not works for mathematics. Okay, why? Because that surface of coffee cup is just a meter. Yes. If you rise up the cup, meter close to the moon, right? So the size is bigger. Make sense? Yes, just to see your face by meter. Yeah, meter go far from you, and then your shape is getting smaller. But the face come to face, then a bigger. Right? Okay, that is the principle. So she found such a phenomenon. So she tried to the moon how big the moon can be, right? Well, of course, just the children rise up the coffee like that. Suppose a human being go to the moon space, you're getting higher and higher and higher. So the moon and the bigger and the bigger, right? So she said she conclude by calculation, but using some similarity or how to say. Yes, she said she did the calculation. So she supposed if we can carry the coffee cup to the ISS space station, this is the highest place we can go. No, we cannot go. Just only very few people can go, right? If we go to carry to the coffee cup to the space, then the size of the full moon as large as the Tagawa Lake. Tagawa is the lake, very big lake. Right. So romantic. So unfortunately, hard papers. Don't include such pictures. I make this. But you imagine that things, we cannot do actual things, but power of mathematics enable us to do that, right? Not real, but of course, but the virtual, but we can. That is the power of mathematics. All right. So, first of all, I should check up, confirm what type you are, right? Type A. I know everything, so I can do everything. This is type B. Unfortunately, usually parents want their children to be such things. It is very strong for entrance examination of university. Then, in particular mathematics, they memorize many formulas and many methods to solve the problem. They input many things. So they make the children to go to the summer preparation school, and so spend many time, and input many things. So and try to the examination. So the program examination, okay, it is the same as this one. Answer this. Yeah, usually people understand such children is very clever, right? But I don't think so. It's very stupid, right? Or B, I believe the fourth inside myself. Makes sense? Maybe, I suppose you know the Star Wars. I love Yoda. So Yoda just the feeling and the force. And therefore, Yoda is saying that, there is no trial. Do or not to do, not to do. Makes sense? Just a feeling of force, and just to do or not to not. That is his philosophy. So I like that just a force. So I believe the power or potential to be something, to do something inside myself, right? It exists inside, independent of the world of the adult creating. Yes, this is type B. I'm afraid I say which one you are, the raise your hand. Most of people, if most of people that type A, I saw access. Okay, singularity. All right. And singularity is a moment when the intelligence of AI exceeds ourselves. So that's what the title of the movie is. And that's Ray Kurzweil, as how to say this, researcher from future sociology, right? And he said in 1975, I forgot the year, maybe that singularity happened in 2045. But unfortunately, now AI, many type of generating AI appear now. So the people think that time more earlier, right? So please ask him, not him, just him. He said, which type are you? That robot answered, A, I am. This is a laughing point. You understand? AI answer, A, I am. Please laugh. Not B. Yes. AI is type A. Of course, that AI at the present just a type A. They not memorize just their many knowledge on where network. Just as they searching many things and combining into one thing. Right? That is the system of AI. So AI knows everything not know just the AI can search everything, so I can he can answer everything, but not real everything, just limited everything, right? Well, so in Japan society is very very anxious about most of the students are type A. Then, if we continue the same education for the children in Japan, so finally, after seniority, their intelligence, AI's intelligence exceed their intelligence. What happened? So that is the point. So many people, not ordinary people, just working for people, working for education, and change such situation. So this is a new trend of education in Japan. We want that children do research by themselves, right? So in Japan, such activity, not education, just other people just prepare the environment, and children can research by themselves. So this is just one tankyu katsu. We say tankyu katsu, just only sounds. Maybe your Chinese character, then it is searching and finding activity, right? So in English, maybe exploratory activity. Maybe in Australia and New Zealand, they say inquiry activity. And I use the help of the AI, and I found the international language. May I say? Make sense? It doesn't work for me, but Kegiatan, Penyelidikan. Make sense? All right. So meaning it's just research by themselves, right? So we want to our child grown up to be the person who ever do the research by themselves. Okay. So now the mathematics teacher and the science teacher. Please, mathematics teacher, raise a hand. No mathematician? No, not mathematics, just teach mathematics. If you teach mathematics, please raise a hand. No? Why is it? And science teacher. Science teacher. One more time. And mathematics teacher. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, and there is a word. This is all a global word. The words in the global. People use global. Do science, do mathematics, the same things. Of course, the subject is different. And the behavior is completely different. Do science, of course, children do science. So, and children do mathematics. Not learn, just do mathematics. Okay? So, but in the science, the fact exists there. Make sense? So, chronology, the last April speaker talking about some creature in changing colors. Right? That creature exists there. Right? Scientists can watch that. So, they can observe them and do experiment sometime and to make it clear. This is second stage. And finally, they conclude that fact by data. That is action, series of action that do science. On the other hand, do mathematics, try to find a kind of phenomenon. Yes, just our mathematical phenomenon exists here. It is invisible. It just is visible. And they so try to something, to try to calculate something or thinking logically, and finally prove it to be a fact. After finishing calculation and after complete the proof, that phenomenon will become the truth fact, right? So this is a completely different thing. Very, very unfortunately, most people don't like calculation. So that yellow one is some barrier, so wall to separate the world. So if we can do the calculation smoothly and quickly, so you can go over the wall, go to the another world. Then many people, maybe the more than half, maybe the third or three of quarter, children and the adults that cannot go over the wall. So my idea is Apply or AI calculates it instead of children, right? I forbidden children to do calculation. If the children try to calculate something, I will stop. Don't do that. Use the application, right? Then they can get enough time to thinking logically, right? So I use in the present. At the present, children try to calculate something using formulas and sometimes, but it is very rare for them to not success. So they cannot go to the third step. Right? Very unfortunate. In Japan, and math. So I said about the high school, super science high school. So that usually the science teacher organizes such program. Math teacher cannot create such good project because there is a war. So they need calculation. So okay. So now try to you do math. I force you to do math. Okay. So you already have that seed, right? You know that what it is. Parabola. Right? So the graph of the y equal x squared. Right? Yeah, even if the science teacher, I think I say no. Of course. Okay, the problem is you have a sheet of a paper including a parabola, y equal x squared. Very draw and precise. This is right, but no x-axis, no y-axis, just only parabola. Okay. So find the x-axis and the y-axis using the compass and ruler. Make sense? The shape of the parabola has been just drawn on paper, right? Very precise. But the axis are missing, and the axis of parabola may not be parallel. If it is standing vertically, so you hold that paper, and that is the axis of parabola. But so there is not such guarantee. So I asked ChatGPT, all right, I have a sheet of paper including a parabola drawn and very precisely, but the x and the y-axis are missing. How can I find these axes? I need noise, not noise, but the compass and the ruler. Then they answered, that problem is very challenging, right? So he or she showed the netting process here, but it's not incorrect. Can you try? Or want to know the answer? Wait. You are not belong to the future, so you don't care. Don't hesitate to know everything. Okay. So, first of all, you should consider what we can do, right? So, for example, draw the line crossing the parabola, or draw the perpendicular bisector of the line segments, draw the parallel lines, okay? Maybe others. All right. So, yeah, I try to this. I suppose you have a PC or tablet, right? Okay. So, okay, after that. Yeah, okay, try this. So check out this website or the search with keyword in the GeoGebra, geometry plus algebra, GeoGebra, right? So input this one, GeoGebra, in search. Okay. Then that screen, that pages appear, right? And okay. I instruct you. So just please go to this page, right, on your PC or tablet. So you can change the languages, but unfortunately, there is no international language there. Okay. So this blue button. Start calculate. So click this. If you see the such page, you click here. Then appears maybe this. It is okay. So just the Japanese version. So start calculation. Apply begin. Okay. So have you ever used this one? Could you read this page? Okay. So input here y equal x hat, like a mountain, hat 2, right? Could you see the parabola here? Okay, so this is so I can change this menu to. I'm sorry, this is Chinese character. This icon show the sarcoid triangle. That's change the situation. Change it to algebra. Oh my God. Everything changed. So sorry. Back. Y equal x and 2. All right. And the tool. And so, for example, this is point. So click here and click here. We can choose the 2 points on the parabola. and this is a line. And this and this. Make sense? Yeah. Try to do these actions and combine these actions to get answer. You draw this line, this line. Yes. Okay. But 5 minutes. I take a rest. There is many actions. For example, maybe that icon shows you this, what's happened. For example, perpendicular line. This and this. Then this is perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay? So point is, we can move these things. Do this. If you drag this one, look like that. It looks like an axis of parabola, but not incorrect. It's just precisely. Make sense? So I do this. I have shown an answer now. So I choose another point. Another point here, and I try to parallel line, draw parallel line. And this line and this line. And choose this crossing here. I don't need. So 1 minute. And the middle point.
Yeah.
This and this. Also this and this. And line. You understand? Try to do this. What happened? The line added the final at the last, so but doesn't move. Okay. If you move this one like that, maybe this is answer. I think, but how should I do? Okay. Yes. I give it another opportunity to try such problem, so I continue my talk. Okay, so the finish is challenging time, right? I explained the solution. So I have a parabola on paper. I draw the line in it like that, and take 1 point. So take a middle point, and similarly draw the parallel line, and take a middle point. And draw the line passing through the 2 midpoints, like that. After that, I draw the perpendicular line, and and take midpoint and the perpendicular line. Okay, so and finally, the point crossing point at the bottom is just correspond to the origin xy coordinates. So I draw a perpendicular line. This is answer. You understand? You understand the process, not reason, right? Okay, photo time. Okay. You should take this picture, I think. Okay, why? Okay, and the parabola is a graph of the y equal x squared, right? Draw the line. Line can be expressed by the equation, linear equation like that. Okay, so by unify these two formulas, we get this one. Okay, and so you can solve the quadratic equation. You know the formulas. Anyway, put an alpha and the beta. Suppose that alpha and the beta is a solution of that quadratic equation. So usually high school students are belong to the scientific side, knows the relationship between a question and the solution. So x plus beta must be a, right? So take the middle points. So the x-coordinate of the middle point M is just average of the 2 points. Right? So we have this one. Okay, you know that half of alpha plus beta is x-coordinates of just the middle point M. That formula, just the bottom formula at the bottom, doesn't include B. Right? So this does not contain B. If B change, nothing happens for this. Now I draw another line. It has the same slope. Slope is A, but B changed. B is getting smaller. But a line CD can be expressed by the same formula, linear formula. So the middle point of the segment CD, I say just A, and have the same x coordinate. So that line should be parallel or perpendicular to the x coordinate, x axis, or parallel to the y axis. So, and we know the parabola is symmetric in axis. So I make it. I draw such perpendicular line. So the axis must pass through at the middle point of ENF, segment EF. So this should be the y axis. And I can draw the x axis. Make sense? I use only high school maths. Even if you are a science teacher, but you should understand. Yes. It is difficult to create such solution, but it is not so difficult to understand the solution, right? So this is the origin of the start point of this workshop. Okay? So try to remember this thing. So what next? There are two choices. So go to another conic curve. You know elliptic and hyperbola. This and hyperbola like that. And second choice is go to the graph of a polynomial a function of higher degree. Y equal x cubed, y equal x to the fourth, which is right. Okay, so second, I choose the second one, okay? So actually difficult. So suppose you have a sheet of paper including the graph of y equal x cubed. Unfortunately, I never prepared such paper. That graph I can already drawn precisely like that. But unfortunately, x-axis and y-axis missing. Okay, find x and y-axis by compass and ruler. Well, maybe you want to do that, try to that, but it's slightly difficult. But basically the same, but slightly difficult. So I show you answer. All right? Please follow my saying. Okay. I have a graph of the y equal x cubed, right? So draw a line like that. That line can be expressed by a linear equation y equal x plus b, right? So so I can unify that these two formula to erase the y. So I got the distance. So now this line crossed the graph at the 3 points. So that the x-axis must be the solution of that cubic equation. So that cubic equation can be factored into the 3 parts, right? And maybe the high school student knows suppose they are good at mathematics. They know the relationship of the coefficient and the solution. They know that one. Maybe fortunately that third equation doesn't contain the degree of x squared.